Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Real Word podcast, a place where real thoughts, real ideas, and real words come to life. I'm your host, Drew, coming from San Diego, California. Thank you for stopping by, tuning in, checking out the channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit up those links down below. And now let's get into the episode. Like always, when I got that bud here, gonna start with a little wake and bake session. I don't have much bud left, so just gonna take a couple snaps and get this morning started off right. I cleaned the glass. I got some coffee here, so we should be pretty good to go. So what else has been going on? A few things happened yesterday. So where should I start? Let's just start with, so I got a new series out. I started that, Tuesday morning tokes. So that's just going to be a once a week thing. Tuesday mornings, as long as I got some bud, I'm going to come out, have like a nice 10-minute or less smoke session, and get that uploaded. And that's just more content that I'm trying to create eventually. So right now I'm doing about 5-6 videos a week. I want to get to like 8 or so, 8 to 10 maybe a week. And that's pumping out couple videos a day for some of the days. Damn, this grinder is not working. Well, let's figure that out in a second. I got this stuff ground up right here, so we'll just do this. Have a nice snap of this first. Then we'll figure out that grinder situation. And then, what else? So yeah, Tuesday morning tokes. Check that out. It's the newest series that's going to be, like I said, once a week on Tuesdays. And yesterday afternoon, Drew and Chase Side by Side released episode number 5, so check that out. That one was with Lupe Fiasco and Andrew Jackson Jihad. Lasers and Knife Man. So go check those out. Check out our thoughts and what we thought about the album. And yeah, we're gonna have another one. We already planned for the next one. We already know the next albums and the year and all of that. So we're gonna have something this weekend, and it'll be released next Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that as well. And then also yesterday, me and Zach went live on Instagram. So make sure to go follow the No World Order podcast Instagram, my Instagram, which is linked down below. And you can stay up to date of when we're going to go live. Our next live will be on Thursday, so tomorrow. So come through. Join in on the conversation, ask us some questions. It's, we go about an hour long. That's what Instagram Live lets us do. And then I'll have the audio from that uploaded in the next day or two. So I should be having the audio uploaded from yesterday's Instagram Live up today. And then we're going to do another live tomorrow, which will be up on Friday, hopefully. So, like I said, I'm just trying to pump out as much content as I can and make it stuff that I enjoy. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. But anyway, let's get this snap going. Got that clean glass. Nice fresh bong hit. Let's get it. Got that wake and bake. Let's go. It's a good hit. That was a good hit to start the morning. Got my coffee. So what should we get into? Like I said, there's been a few things going on. I gotta figure out this grinder. So the Pentagon yesterday released a statement saying that UFOs are real. And they released this video. I believe this video was released at some point last year. And I don't know why they're coming out and saying what they're saying now and yesterday. But yeah, they came out and said that UFOs are real. They're not saying that it's aliens by any mean, but they're saying they can't describe it, they can't explain it, and it's just interesting timing, I would say, with everything that's happening right now with the virus going on. If you are into the truth movement and aware of certain things, especially if you like listen to Eddie Bravo, he's been kind of saying this for a while now, but from the beginning of this virus, he kind of said, watch out for the fake alien invasion. And you know, it's just interesting now that, you know, we're all scared, we're all like fearful, we're all stuck at home, and now they're saying, oh, these UFOs are real, they can't explain what it is, and it just seems like they're trying to prepare us for aliens next, which is just interesting, man. And like I said, it's just interesting timing with everything going on. We're all scared already. We're already kind of looking to the government to kind of save us and help us through all of these situations. And yeah, it just seems like a way where, you know, they can take full control of everything and really create that one world government if they wanted to, with the alien invasion, with something coming from space, because if that were to happen, everybody would freak out. Like, everybody, I don't know what that would do to, like, religion or, you know, people who follow, you know, follow religion, and I wonder what that would do to their faith, because as far as I know, like the Christians and stuff I know, they don't believe in UFOs and all that, even though there's been some talks in the truth movement that, you know, aliens and all of that have been, UFOs and all that have been mentioned throughout the Bible. I don't know about that, but I haven't read the Bible completely. I have been listening to it on Audible. I hadn't listened to it for a while. I need to get back to it, but just to learn, man, just to like take it in as a book and not as a factual based book, but just take it in as a book. And the first, like, I'm still in the Old Testament, but it's good, man. It's a good book. Like, as far as a book, like the stories, whatever, you know, take it as truth, whatever. I don't, you know, that's up to you to decide. I'm not saying one thing or the other. I'm just taking it as a book, and it was a good book. Of course, it's been translated and manipulated, and who knows what the original text really was. That would be interesting to kind of see, and if there was translations and all of that. But I just find it interesting that the Pentagon came out and said that you know, UFOs are real. They don't know what these objects in the sky are, but all the videos that they have, they could easily be manipulated. It's usually grainy black and white footage. Nobody can really see what's going on. So I don't know. I'm not buying it. I don't trust it. I used to be really into aliens and UFOs, and, you know, I believe I've seen a couple of things, but I'm not saying that they're alien or anything like that. You know, probably government stuff. And I've definitely had a couple of weird experiences. Yes, I've been high, but that doesn't like change my view on things. I can still perceive things pretty accurately, like very accurately. Like that doesn't affect me like that. It's not a hallucinogen or anything like that. And I've had some weird experiences where I've seen some things in the sky, but I can't put it up to aliens or anything like that. I just, especially the more I've grown up and matured into this truth movement, I used to be like, oh, everything's a conspiracy. This is conspiracy. This is conspiracy. And yeah, it might be. But I'm not like diving headfirst into everything, scouring YouTube, searching the links, trying to find the connections on every little thing. Like, it becomes super overwhelming. They make movies about those people going crazy, and I get it, because you can easily fall down that rabbit hole and kind of, just become obsessed. And it's never good to become like obsessed with something, uh especially when it starts like taking up time from your family, and disrupting your life, disrupting sleep and habits and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that really happened with me. I definitely get into arguments with family members and debates and things like that because of my beliefs and how I see things and how I view things. But I don't know. It's just it's interesting. It is very, and kind of on that same note, a few days ago, the North Korea dictator Kim Jong-un was reportedly dead. I didn't say anything on my channel because there seemed to be somewhat of confusion. And there's still some confusion. Nobody really knows exactly what's going on, but from what it seems like, he didn't die. He's still alive. Maybe he's not, like, maybe he disappeared. Maybe he like went off the grid or something. I don't really know. I haven't really looked too much into it, but that's why I didn't really want to report on that or kind of say anything on that, because it's like, I don't think anybody really knows. Honestly, like, it's one of those things that they keep things very secretive over there, and we don't know much about what's going on. And how can we trust their information? And there was a photo that was leaked or presented online, and it looked completely photoshopped and fake. And so it's like, people wonder why, conspiracy theorists are the way they are. It's because things like this happen all the time. Something gets reported, and then it's like, okay, yeah, it's bad information, bad reporting, or whatever it is, and then they present this photograph that's clearly fake, and there's just all this fakeness going on. And it's just, how can we trust it? And that goes back to the Pentagon and the UFO thing. Like, how can we trust them? The government has always lied to us, whether it's for our best interest, their best interest, who knows? But they've been known to lie, and if you look into it for real, you can, see it. It's, if you really want to look into these things and actually find the documents and the statements and all of that. And that's what I find interesting, is like, these conspiracy theories, they're usually backed up by facts and documents. And yeah. So yeah, Kim Jong-un, I don't think is really dead. I believe it was all kind of like a hoax or bad reporting, or I don't really know, but there's something going on with that, something a little strange with that. But when hasn't any situation with North Korea been a little strange? There's always been some sort of weird interactions that we've had, or our people have had, with them as a country, and more specifically Kim Jong-un. So it's interesting. It is interesting. So let's kind of get into some of this COVID talk a little bit. But first, I guess let's get into that snap. I was able to get that grinder going. Got a nice rough grind on this. Yeah, it's just a mixture of some bud. And let's get into it. Cheers. Yes. Very nice, very nice. Take a sip of coffee. All right. So let's get into this COVID talk a little bit. So May 1st coming up quick, couple days away. Gonna be starting to force people to wear masks when you're out in public. I don't like it. It didn't sit right with me, and I kind of looked into it a little bit, and I guess forcing people to wear masks is unconstitutional. And under the ADA, you do not have to disclose a medical condition, and you can just kind of say you have a medical condition, and they cannot ask you any more information, and that's kind of how you can get out of it. They might harass you. They might make it difficult for you. But, hey, you have anxiety. You can't have something covering your face. Like, hey, you have certain, there's ways to get around it. And especially if you have, like, a true medical condition and you don't want your rights being taken away, I would utilize this and look into it for sure. And there's, if they violate their orders, and if they go against the ADA and they force you to do something, you can call a number and they will get fined, and they will have action taken against them. At least from everything I've read, from the research I've done, the Constitution is kind of our standard, and we can't put laws in place that go against it. And there are plenty of laws that have been created that go against it that we kind of just take and deal with. But if they keep doing this, man, where will it stop? That's what I worry about. That's what I've been trying to worry about, and I've been seeing it more and more. I've been saying this from probably a couple of weeks ago, but I've been saying if they start letting people out, there's going to be a spike in numbers, and then they're going to have us on a more strict lockdown. And I've been seeing more and more posts on Instagram, Twitter, all of that kind of saying the same thing. I haven't been looking at those prior to. This is just my thoughts, because I can kind of see how it goes, how it works, what they're doing. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully all of us conspiracy theorists, truth movement, hopefully we're wrong, and this is a way for us to slowly start getting back to some sort of normalcy, getting back to how it was, and we'll just kind of laugh about this time in a few years, and be like, man, remember that? Like, we were on lockdown for a few months, like that was crazy, right? But I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be a big turning point. We'll see what happens. But I have been seeing a lot more people getting a little more worried about them letting people start operating just due to the fact that there can be a manipulation of the numbers. And, they've been known to do that already. So look into that as well. Another thing, dealing with the masks. It's just crazy. Like, the more you look into it, the homemade masks that you make, those bandanas or those little cloth covering, they don't do anything. Look into it. They don't do anything. It doesn't stop anything. If a particle gets on you, or that thin layer isn't going to protect you. There's been small studies, from my understanding, from what I've seen, that that thin layer isn't going to do anything. It doesn't stop it, and nobody's wearing gloves, and it's just it just all seems like a bunch of bullshit to me, honestly. It's like straight up. And now doctors are using estrogen in males, saying that they're using it to see if the female hormones boost male immune systems. Like, what is going on? And again, if you've been a part of the truth movement, you've been, at least certain parts of it, I've seen this before. Like, I've stumbled across this before. It seems like there's been a very strong agenda to demasculate men and the male gender. Like, it goes from anything in entertainment, movies, shows, music. Like, men are just more and more into fashion, more and more into women's clothes, more and more into that kind of stuff. And it seems like there's been an agenda. Who knows? But when you put it all together, I've seen some pretty convincing things. And now that doctors are going to be putting men on estrogen, it's just plays more into that. And what happened to there being a ton of genders and male, female, and, now suddenly it's we're back to the male-female dynamic, I find that pretty funny, because that is what it is. That's biology. Of course, there's anomalies out there, but, it's male-female. That's kind of, it is what it is. So that's kind of those are kind of my thoughts. That's what's been going on here with me. I don't have much else going on today. Yeah, nothing else today. Tomorrow, going live with Zach. And Friday, another one of these episodes. And then Saturday, I don't think anything's going on Saturday. Maybe we will film the episode of Drew and Chase side by side that day, either Saturday or Sunday, but that'll be up on Tuesday. So yeah, not much else is going on. Let's take one more little snap here, and I will get out of here. This one's just going to be a little small one. And we are good to go. Cheers, everybody. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me. Thank you if you're still listening. I appreciate it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit up those links down below. I would appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, peace.